What is good, y'all? SGG gang, man. It's your boy SmooveGotGame back with another Pittsburgh Pirates rebuild video, baby. And yes, I know I ain't been as consistent as I need to be, so we're gonna work on getting this stuff back up as consistently as possible because we got 3 games we got to get through: college football, MLB The Show, and Madden. Yes, all 3 are out at the same time, so all 3 content's gonna be up on this channel. So hope you guys are enjoying the loads of content I got for y'all. If y'all are brand new, subscribe, like, and comment on your way into the video to show that support for your boy. It really means the absolute world to me before we even get kicked off. But just as a quick refresher, this season is going all bad, as you can see by the standings. We are 28-26, 9.5 behind the St. Louis Cardinals, as they've just came out the gates firing. I mean, them and the Reds are kind of pulling away a little bit here, but even more so the Cardinals, more so than anybody. Almost a full 10 games better than us, and the Cubs are kind of slipping out of contention. But today, we're going to be basically going through the month of May and some of June, as we have a lot of upcoming divisional games here. You see, we're starting off first with the Reds losing 12-0 a game, 20 hits. Man, who gave this up? Nestor Cortez, 10 hits, 8 earned. Lucas Sims 4, Weisga 4, 2 by Alexis Santos, but no runs, thankfully. But 8 runs, 10 hits. And Nestor Cortez has been one of our best starters this year. And he gives that up to the Reds. We lose game 2. We go on a 3-game losing streak. Coming here at game 3, where we're down 7-6. And a chance for us to go ahead and potentially walk this one off with Julian Cortez at the plate. We got to end this losing streak. We keep losing anymore, and we're going to find ourselves slowly and surely a long ways back in these standings. So the season is not gone far from what I thought it would be. You know, I thought this was going to be our year to kind of push everything forward. I thought we had a great year last year. I thought we only got better as this year went on, adding 2 really good starters to our rotation, which I thought was our problem there. But, you know, I even got an extra hitter to help out in center field with getting better contact at the top of the lineup. That hasn't really worked, but thankfully Pete has played a little bit better up there. And I just thought, you know, Julian Cortez would continue his ascension. Pete Alonso and Anthony Santander would continue to have at least one more good season for me. But just like that strikeout, nothing is as it seems. And Santander's up now here. We're down 7-6. After the strikeouts, Alexis Diaz is trying to look to close this one out for the Reds, complete their sweep, and give us our 4th straight loss in a row. But we have had some surprising good news. Obviously, we're above 500 still, barely. O'Neal Cruz has had a great season here this year, hitting way better than he's ever had before, especially in the average department. No longer around the 250, 260 range. He's been hitting close to 300 almost all year. That strikeout will not help the average. And then Henry Davis continued to put on yet another all-star point. He's been probably the best player and most consistent player in this entire series. On offense and on defense, pitching, you know, all that stuff. Like, he's been the most consistent player out of everybody. Well, I was going to say consistently good, because some people have been consistently bad or consistently average. But he's been the only one that's been consistently good, and even he can't save us from this 4-game losing streak as he pops this one out to first base, and the Reds walk away with a series sweep here to go to get the video started. Not how I would have imagined today getting going, but Jose Leclerc gave those 2 earned runs late there in the 7th to kind of blow that one for us, as we did have the lead for the majority of it, but Dustin May's got to do better. 5 1/3, 5 runs is just not going to get it done. Even though the offense had a way better day today, 9 hits, 7 runs across, or 17 hits, 6 runs across. We got to get some more of those runs all the way through, but cannot have a start like that from our supposed to be ace while Tariq is hurt. Now we go on a series against the Brewers, following right up after them to go in and end the month of May out. Finally snapping our losing streak, getting a dub, losing the very next game though to them on the road, leading right into our scouting, which of course not too much to talk about here. You know, the team is pretty much already built. I feel like none of these guys are going to be like huge picks for us. You know, we're picking mid rounds, but still going to show it off just a little bit here is what we're kind of doing. We're starting looking for somebody at shortstop. O'Neal Cruz is getting kind of old, so kind of somebody that can fill in that role possibly as a backup shortstop, or at least until it's time to take over, because as you know, 28, I think is how old Cruz is, so definitely getting up there in age. So we can start looking for maybe somebody to replace him in case this series does not end anytime soon. But we do got to get us a World Series ring before I would call this series a completed. Now, jumping into game 3 against the Brewers after that nice little scouting session, though, because Brian Hayes is up. We are tied 2-2 as Taylor Clark gives up a base hit into the left field. We're trying to come back here against the Brewers and take the series at least, if not A full sweep, we can at least go 2-1. There's Johnson having an okay bounce back junior season. And anything but anything is junior with that swing as that ball is gone. 2-run airplane mode fly. As you got to clear the deck, the cannonballs are coming for that slide. We're trying to take it out. I don't want to see no more slides this season. Johnson's 4th home run of the year happens to be a 2-run shot that gives us a lead here. Struggling to hit above 200 almost all last season. Got moved to the bench. Earned his spot back in spring. And so far this year, barely cracking 220, 230, but hits a clutch home run there to go ahead and give us the lead. And we can pass things off to our rookie, Alexi Santos, the closer. Going to go ahead and try to shut things down. Not without a hard task here. 3, 4, and 5 set to do up. Jorge Soler with the runner on first as he is now the tying run, trying to do exactly what Johnson did, but instead lines this one to Cruz for the first out. You have Dalton Bracero. Ooh, great two-seamer on the edge. Santos looks like he's dialed in today, putting that one right on the black. 0-2. Gets the check swing when it's going to be called strike 3 anyway, right over the kneecaps. He'll have to go sit down from this Jackson. Guerrero, 1-2 already up. Gets the call strike 3 on the backdoor slider. And that's how you end the ball game. Gives up the leadoff base hit. But then back-to-back Ks. Goes in and gets us out of this thing with ease. Finally, getting a victory here on cam for you guys. 2 for 4, home run, 2 RBIs for our player of the game, Tamar Johnson. Loaiza getting the dub, and Santos gets save number 12. As of course, it started a run there for us. We're going on a 3-game winning streak, 11-4 and 13-2 in the next 2 before losing 3-6. So we really kind of let the offense fly for 2 days out there in San Diego. And here goes another series against Milwaukee, followed by Kansas and then St. Louis right after them. And then you see 2 against the Cubs and Reds. So probably focus against that Cardinal series since they are first in the division. Here, however, though, we are tied 3-3. And for whatever reason, they have Alexi Santos in the game. Not a safe situation. The ballgame is just tied. So if we can leave it that way, we might be able to walk out of here at least for getting Santos a dub as he gets Johnson to Cruz. 4-6-3 double play. Joey Weimer up next, 0-2. Lines this one out to Alonso, and that's easy pickings as we go to get everybody up 1-2-3. They're going to bring Taylor Clark into the game once again for themselves. Clark was the one that gave it that 2-home run last time, right? Let's go ahead and tattoo some more off him then. Got Brian Hayes starting things off just like last time. Let's go ahead and get a nice base hit. I'll take a deep fly instead. Back to left field. And it'll be gloved in by the center fielder calling him off. That would have been like 5 more feet to the left. It probably would have got down for a double, maybe even triple. Tamar Johnson right up after him, though. Gets a base hit up with the circle change. Right about chest level. Let's get some late inning heroics here. Let's keep building on this. Henry Davis, 1 for 3 on the day. Make that 2-hit day for him as he lines out into the outfield for a base hit. And I'll rotate things to the top of our lineup. So I'm feeling pretty good here. Pete Crow Armstrong having a better season. We'll watch the first pitch he sees, though, that screw curve coming in wildly. Thankfully, we get the call there. Off the outside edge. All he needs is a little base hit here. Johnson does have a little bit of speed, so slow roller up the middle or to right field. Might have to take that chance and opportunity. Zach gets a line shot over third, and that's a great leap to snag that one out of the air. That one hurt so bad, but not as bad as this one's going to hurt them as Reynolds base it into the outfield. We're sending Johnson to the plate. The throw will not be in time. Walk off, base hit for Brian Reynolds. The first pitch he sees, he ends it. Low-key, that liner over third probably could have ended it, but great leaps there. Leaps could not save them from that one, though. As that gets down, and we take a 4-3 victory here, despite having 3 errors as a squad. Santos, Cruz, and Davis all getting errors. But Armstrong getting a stolen base here today. Johnson's third triple. And a great bounce-back start for Cortez. 6 innings, 3 earned, 7 Ks, keeping that ERA sub-3. And we come right back the very next day with this time a save opportunity for Alexis Santos. We are up 4-2. 2 outs, but runners are at first and second. We need to go ahead and close things out here. Naylor getting closer to that 100 home run season, but it will not happen here as Johnson's going to get this one on the ground. Throw goes over to first base, and we got him. Back-to-back wins for your Pirates just that quickly. And I got to say, I'm impressed with Santos. He's done a great job as a rookie in this closer role, really taking it over, really dominated. Not too many blown saves are because of him. It's mostly because of Jose Leclerc, the former closer. So shout out to the offense. Ryan Hayes getting a home run, Pete Crow Armstrong getting a home run, and it leading to us getting those middle 2 games as we split the series with Milwaukee and split with Kansas City. Right before going into our big time series that we will focus on here today, St. Louis is going to go ahead and come to town, or should I say we're going to theirs, as we're playing in Busch Stadium. 35-34 record as they are 48-21, extending the gap even so more so for us, making it look more and more like if we want to go to the postseason, it's going to have to be a late season push and wild card help. Now, thankfully here, we're going to go into player lock. I wanted to player lock with Julian Cortez. Coming into his sophomore season, definitely not hitting a sophomore slump at all. And he's just continuing to hit good. I mean, 260 is about what we expect out of him. We want more power anyway in RBIs while he continues to work on the defense to eventually probably next season take over for Pete Alonso at first base should we need to. Go ahead and let Alonso walk. His deal is up after the season. Maybe get another power bat to match up with Cortez instead, as that throw will be a little bit too late. The 20 speed was just enough to get down the line, and they called it a base hit as well. So he's 1 for 1 already on the day. And this is why you have power hitters behind him. Alonso walks easy. Hayes now has a great opportunity here to get us an early lead off Nick Pivetta. Chopped on the ground. Great dive by the second baseman. Good throw and flip with the 360. That's some amazing defense there by St. Louis, I got to admit. Great dive, great 360 spin around with the barehanded grab over the first. I mean, you can't write a better looking double play than that one. But yeah, we got to do something to take over this Cardinals team. It's going to be a late season run and probably wild card help. And then we'll just have to see them in the postseason to try to take them down. But I would love to somehow find a way to make them go cold, us go really hot, and take back over this division. Now, as we go ahead and advance here, top of the 6th. Ball game is still tied 0-0, so nobody's got any offense going here. They are being very dangerous here. These niggas just laying them balls over the plate as that's the chopper into the dirt. Throw goes down to third. Not going to get there. If we can just get this ball in the air, we can get a sack flying RBI, though. 1-2. Trying to get him to chase the 12-6. And none of the curveballs are working, so we have Cruz on deck, 288 with runners in scoring position. Not a bad option as we check our swing that time. No call goes down. Runner at third will stay. And after a strikeout there from Cruz, we end up getting the ground ball over to third by Alonso. Still wind out with no runs. It is a 0-0 game here as we go ahead and go to the box. 2-run home run there by Henry Davis, getting us our first runs as Johnson walked in front of him. And Cortez will come up here in the top of the 8th with now a 2-0 lead. Love to see it. 1 for 2 and a single today with a walk as well. Seeing the base pass 2 times today. Zach Thomas. 12-6 on the ground. Just easily chopped. But as long as we can go ahead and shut these last 2 down, let Leclerc close down the 8th. And we'll close down the 9th with our rookie Cortez Jr. actually going to stay in here, trying to get things down as he couldn't do it. Gives up base runners, and then Leclerc comes in and gives up an immediate triple to tie the ball, came back up. And just like that, we're going into the 9th. We're still bringing in Santos for whatever reason, even though it's a tie game. But we're going to step in back at the top of the 10th. Extra inning ruler, so the running will be at second base. As the ball game is now tied, and we will go ahead and switch things back to full control for us. As Cortez will be on the plate, trying to make something shake. Castro gets to the 1-2. Lays the ball there down low on the sinker. This is going deep back out to left field at the warning track, the wall, and that ball is gone. I did not think that had the trajectory to get out of here. It looked way too lazy, and it ends up in the upper decks for home run number 15 on the season. Sinker ball dipping low and away from him. He just takes it away. Doesn't try to pull it. Doesn't try to do too much with it. Him and Santera coming around easily. Let's see the replay on this. This one is low and away from him. He just drags that one backside. 391 feet. So not far at all, but third or fourth row? And then Cruz hits a solo home run right after him. So going back to back gives us a 5-2 lead. Santos does his things and gets us to close once again. And we beat the Cardinals here in game number 1, 5-2. I know it's not a huge gap to gain back up, but every win will help us just more so get even closer to that lead. So Henry Davis, 3 for 4, home run and a triple. Shout out to him. Santos, 2 innings of work, only 2 walks and a K. Cortez also had that 2 for 4 day with the home run, of course. Cruz hitting his solo home run is his only hit. Santander hit a triple with his only hit on the day. And then Cortez, 7 2/3. They charged both home runs to him despite Leclerc being the one that gave up the triple, but his 3rd blown save of the season. And his ERA should honestly be higher. That'll take us into game 2, where Kyle Wright will be on the mound this time for the Cardinals, having a pretty good season. 3.83 ERA, 1.2 whip. But we're staying right here with another player lock with Julian Cortez. I love playing with Cortez, not only because it's DH and I got to play no defense, but also because his stance is pretty weird and funky. He's a great hitter. And like when it comes to hitting with Cortez, I hit so well with Cortez in actual games. Like if I actually was player locking him all season, he probably would be hitting 300. Something about his swing, his timing. It's just really easy to get down, and like I don't ever feel afraid to swing at stuff like that circle change. Although it is a chopper there because he just barely missed, that could have easily been a home run with him. So we get an early run though off of Hayes' RBI triple, and then of course they get back-to-back home runs off Johan Oviedo. We get back-to-back doubles on the other end with Reynolds, so to make the score 3-2. And Reynolds is still at second base, so we could tie this ball game up if we get a good pitch here from Kyle. That's one thing I will say, and I will advise you guys to do. Like, if you're still playing MLB The Show this late, first of all, but if you are still playing, like, look and see what the pitcher threw you last time. Especially if you're on these higher difficulties, like I'm on Hall of Fame. They're going to pitch to a certain style, kind of like they do in real life. So where they threw last time is probably around what they want to do as far as a scheme the whole game. I thought that one actually might have got out in right center field, but not this time around. So we jump ahead here in the game, trying to see if we can go ahead and stop something, but Sims gives up 2 home runs there in the 6th, a 3-run and solo shot. We get a double by Santander to score across 2, which would have been helpful before the 2 home runs that were in the last inning. As it's now 7-4 Cardinals. It's Caleb Ferguson in the game for them. Lefty here is Julian Cortez does struggle more against lefties. I think he's sitting in the 160 range against lefties and 300 against righties. So, I mean, it's actually a pretty drastic split, too. We're going to try to help that here in this at-bat at least a little bit. We're not falling for them curves way out the zone. You have to throw me something a little juicier. I need that thing juicy. 3-2. Swings and misses through the 4-seamer upstairs. And that'll basically do it for that inning. Not able to get another run across. They do get another solo home run this time off Matt Schramm. And it is 8-4 Cardinals. So this one is a complete blowout this time. Not even making it close. Nothing we could do there in the bottom of the 9th. Going to the top of the 9th. Or bottom of the 8th. Going to the top of the 9th. Had bases juiced there off the error. Get a fielder choice to get the runner out at the plate. Or at the second, actually, as we go ahead and let the runner at the plate score. We're going to kick over to full game mode here as we're only down 8-5 now. So the time run will be at the plate at all times until we get this hit across. TJ Atone on the mound and a home run from Cortez would be beautiful. You got to be careful where they're throwing these things. These are home run balls. 1-2. Good. Liner into left field. Base hit's going to get past the shortstop. So that'll be another run across. It is 8-6 now. Go-ahead run will now be at the plate. Still only 1 out. Cruz gets to the first pitch, and that could have easily been dipped up out of here. 2 for 3 already on the day. Will they decide to walk him here with a 2-2 count to face Alonso? I don't know if that would have got called, but better safe than sorry. I agree with the swing choice, but he'll have to go sit down. Pete Alonso with the 1-1 right after. Pops this sinker up in the air. Shallow center field, and they'll go ahead and gut underneath it, settle in. And the Cardinals will tie the series up, man, 1-1, leading to a series take-all game 3. it's kind of like a little playoff preview too. If we do manage to make a wild card spot, can we beat these guys in a series? So we won game 1 pretty tightly. Game 2 still ended up being pretty tight thanks to the offense and 12 hits as a squad, as Pete has a 3-hit performance. But we have to get to game 3 and see what's going to go on with that. Now, before we do, let's check out the scouting here. As we finished off most of the relievers. I think we were doing the international ones. So a lot of these guys have their profiles completely finished now. So we can get some late inning relievers possibly in that 3rd through 6th round. Also still looking at these second base and shortstops to see who can actually play these positions. And who is actually going to come over and take over for O'Neal Cruz. So I want to go and take a look here at Brock Veras. I like where his overall potential is. I like what his defensive ratings are talking about. Could be somebody nice that we look at here potentially. And I was on the wrong thing there. Let me go ahead and switch over to just prospect only. He is at, okay. Let's go to get the rest of that scouting profile done and taken care of. Now, before we start this game, I do want to add somebody else to our bullpen because I feel like we've been having bullpen problems. A lot of our guys are constantly tired. So I'm actually going to send down Herbert Bill. It was a great experiment. I think he had a great spring, but just has not done good off the bench. Maybe bring him back up when he can take over a spot in the outfield too as well, and not just be on the bench. But we're going to let him sit down at AAA, get some more XP and more gains, and bring back up Jordan Hicks, who probably should have never went down in the first place. So now we got our long reliever back, able to add an extra arm in the bullpen. And we've got our first full game here in a while. Game 3 at Busch Stadium. As the seats are packed, everybody's on their feet. People are standing up by the concession stand in the steakhouse. Nobody, of course, on the grass. But we're coming into this game looking to put... I almost said something else, but I don't think I can say it on YouTube that rhyme with grass. But you know what I'm talking about. It's time to get to game 3 and see if we're going to get this dub. Now on the mound for the Cardinals here, they will have Casey Mize, former Detroit Tigers pitcher. If you guys remember him, he is a beast. But not so lucky and fortunate here with the Cardinals. ERA in the 4s. We're going to look to tattoo that all day. That's Pete Crow Armstrong batting .235 this year. Seeing great improvements now. Way better than the 190s we were seeing. He's going to start the game off with a bunt. First pitch. Third baseman will charge in. Throw will not be in time. Ambush alert. Taking off for second base. Of course, you knew this, man. As we are in there safely at second base. And then a couple pitches later with Reynolds on the mound, we're going to take off for third here. Way late on that jump, even with the curveball coming in. Actually, that was a forcing. That looked like it had some break to it. But they're able to throw him out over at first base, kind of resetting as if he was not on the base pass at all. On the 1-2, we chop it right back to Mize himself, throwing it to first. And then for out number 3 here, Anthony Santander with the 1-2 count. We'll just watch that four-seamer at the chest. 1, 2, 3, basically, despite even getting a hit. And we'll turn things over to our ace now, Dustin May. Not having ace-like numbers with the ERA. Whip is looking good. Strikeouts are looking pretty decent. But we'll see what he's able to do against this Cardinals lineup. Starting out with Ha-Sung Kim. One of the weirdest windups I think I've ever seen. He comes from the stretch at all times, so no just like clear delivery at first and then moving to this one, runners on. He's just doing this the entire time. So it definitely makes games longer when you pitch with Dustin May, I will say that much. So if you guys don't see that many Dustin May starts with me controlling, and it's more so CPU versus CPU, that is why. So we get that ball down and low. Getting the first strikeout of the game, though, is that break was amazing today. It looked like that slurve was looking delicious. 1-2 here, right back after. The slurve gets another chopper on the ground. Hayes makes the play. You know, Gold Glove Man is going to make it every time. And for number 3, I have Nolan Gorman. 2-2. Throws him another slurve upstairs. 3 outs, 3 slurves, strikeout, ground out, pop out. I need every single kind. And there was something wrong with the footage here, so I messed up and didn't record the second. They actually ended up scoring, and here's how. We struck out Contreras, Walker, base hits, Locklear, base hits. Walker went to third. Terrain, base hit to left. Walker scored first and second, then we got a double play to get out of there. So they ended up getting their first runs there off of 3 lucky hits, and there's actually Cruz dove, ball bounced off the glove, got up, threw it over. It was just late. Instead of calling it an error, they called it a base hit. So that's all it was. But it'll lead us to go here to the top of the 4th with Julian Cortez. And the game still down 1-0. Only 1 RBI so far last game. 1 for 5 in yesterday's day. Well, we'll go ahead and match both of those totals with this one swing. Solo home run. Julian Cortez, his 16th of the season. My boy's making waves to try to get the fastest man to reach 100 home runs. He's trying to do that thing in just 2 seasons. I believe we drafted him at 18, so I believe the kid's still only 19, like 20. Like, my man's can't even legally go get drinks after the game, and he's hitting bombs. Get my man's a drink. I'm just playing, y'all. We do not condone underage drinking. Before I feel like I gotta say that disclaimer. But look at that absolute bomb diggity out to the right field. 388 feet in about the 5th, 6th set of seats back. We need up for Anthony Santander to try to do something here. Batting .381 versus the Cardinals this season. 3 runs, 4 RBI. So he's had a fantastic year against them. Let's keep it going here. Top of the 6-2-1 count. Mize still in the ball game, and he gets that base hit to the opposite field. Just beating the shift, taking the ball where it was supposed to go, and leading things back up for Cortez, who hit that home run earlier. 4 for 11, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs in the series so far. Can we get any more, possibly? Only time will tell. So we watch that four-seamer down at the kneecaps. 75 hits already this season. Well, let's go ahead and make it 76. 2-run home run, Julian Cortez. 17th of the season. Give us a 3-0 ball game as he has all of our RBIs, 2 of the 3 runs, 2 of the 2 homers. Scoring him and Santanderian with ease. Boys look like 20. He look like the little brother just because he ain't got no beard. But able to finally go ahead and get our lead back. And what does Dustin May do with the lead? He turns into the ace that the Dodgers know, and now that we get to know. Strikeout on the outside, chopper on the ground here with the full count to Kim. And then with 2 outs already in the inning, we got Brendan Donovan 2-0. Fly ball, Reynolds. Going to go ahead and try to track this one down. He will not get it and concede it for the hit. He's going to have to throw this one in quickly to second base as it will not be in time. Easy double there with 2 outs. Nolan Gorman now has a runner in scoring position, and he represents the tying run if we cannot correct this right back. And a line shot to Pete Alonso. 2 pitches is all we need. Let's go ahead and stay with Dustin May here as we are able to go ahead and get that one down for us. Bottom of the 7th here, going into 81 pitches. Still looking strong here in the 7th. Facing off against 4, 5, 6. Walker, 1-2. Popped it. Santander settles underneath. And there goes a pop fly out to center field. Tyler Locklear, 3-2 off the slurve. And we're going to take the thing 7 strong innings for Dustin May. Great work there to go ahead and get us through this game pretty deep. As Jose Leclerc will go ahead and come in for the 8th. Try to close this one out. Strikeout rate is up to 31%. Really allowing a good batting average to lefties. And the first thing he sees is going to be a lefty in Bryce Terang, but he gets him to pop this one to Reynolds. As we are in the bottom of the 8th, we just need to hold them here. Still have not gotten any more offense yet from our guys yet. No more home runs from Julian Cortez. But they are going to get an extra base hit here into the gap. And Santander's going to have to chase this one down, hitting up against the wall. Santander's going to glove and throw into the cutoff man. The runner's still going to go over to third. Logan Kearney is in there in time. Safe at third base for the 1-out triple. I thought we might have got the tag in time. His 4th triple of the season puts him in a great position here for Michael Ciani to go ahead and close the gap just a little bit here. Chopped on the ground. Cruz is going to have to give chase. He misses the ball. So not only will the runner score anyway, but they do not even get it out on the play. There's a chance for this inning to keep going. It's Ha-Seong Kim 0 for 3 in the day, but looking to try to be a hero. Today alone, they've grounded into 3 double plays already. Tried to make it 4 there as that's just past the outstretched glove of Pete Alonso. But the throw into third base again. This time, no cutoff. Anthony Santander makes the laser throw. Let's go ahead and look at that again on the replay, man. That was a crazy throw out there from right field. Getting it, setting his feet on the run, not even having to dive for it. Great tag here by Brian Hayes, getting the body right and just getting the tag where the ump needed to see it before he touched the rock or the bag. Then we get another fly ball out to Santander. This one a little bit more air underneath it, so he will have time to glove that one in before he runs into the corner. And I'll bring up Caleb Ferguson. They'll bring him in to try to close things down here, or at least keep the score close, which I don't know why you bring somebody in with that kind of ERA. O'Neal Cruz batting .311 this year, 2 for 3 on today's game. Can he get his third hit today? That would be nice. Full count here, 3-2. Just going to watch the four-seamer upstairs. Cortez going to go ahead and go down. Cruz, 1 for 3 on the day. Looking to extend that average a little bit here if he can. 3-1. Will just be a four-seamer outside, so that's 2 back-to-back walks. And next we have Pete Alonso, 0 for 3 in a strikeout here in today's game. It's been a very quiet season for my man. It's dropping all the way to from the 3 to the 6 spot in the lineup here. As he gets the four-seamer, the first pitch he sees out the deep center field, going way back at the wall. The leap, and it's not in time. Home run, Pete Alonso, his career 300th home run. 11th on the season. I'm surprised it took this long all the way to June to get the 11 homers. But that's 300 in his career, scoring across his guys, Cruz and Cortez waiting on him. And that is exactly what we needed. Some extra insurance to go ahead and move this lead even further. And taking this to the deepest part of center field when you are cold makes the hit cold. You see the leap there was not even close. And he will come out, take a standing ovation, even though we are on the road. I guess the Cardinals fans showing no bad blood. They still want to cheer him on. Or it's just to the few Pirates fans that were able to go ahead and slide out over this way. As he go ahead and takes his ovation for his 300 home runs, we get right back into the action. Now, I end up bringing Alexis Santos. I know it goes against my rule of the save opportunities. I did it by accident. I had Santos warming up the whole time. After we hit that home run, I ended up warming up Matt Schramm to stay with a lefty. I put him on warm-up. I put Santos on just stretch mode. And I forgot that I had already scheduled to put him in before I took him off. And I thought when I took him off, it would take the scheduling away. It didn't. So, oh well. He has to come in and get these last 3 outs. No big deal. Anyway, as long as we can go to make them quick here, as Jordan Walker is the last hope for the Cardinals. The 1-2 pitch. Great eye there by him. Just watching that fork ball go off the outside part of the plate. So let's come back to it here really quick to see if we can end the game. Of course, we'll not. Third time's the charm. Why not? As we get a chopper on the ground to Hayes. This one's going to be glove plucked and thrown over to first base for another Pirates victory and Pirates series win, baby. As we going to take down the Cardinals in 2 of 3 games. So if it comes to a series, we might be able to have them guys' numbers. I'm just saying. But we also have been playing way better baseball here, I feel like, in the games that we're playing and seeing here recently. We might be starting to hit our strides a little bit. Offense is starting to work together beautifully. 8 hits today, 6 runs total, 2 by Crow and 2 by Cortez. Great way to spread things around. Even though all our runs came via the home ball, we were still able to get on base and make some of those not solos. And then Dustin made 7 innings, 1 earned, 4 Ks. Shout out to him with a great start to get that ERA now below 4. So we'll go ahead and get into the rest of these games here, going through a couple more weeks to get through the month of June if we can. So we got these 2 games against the Rays. We end up losing both before checking things in on the scouting assignment. And Brock Veras, 55 on the overall board, so not too far of a drop. Not really a great potential, probably like a C, maybe low B. Got to come in probably at a mid-60 or something like that. So I don't know if that's something I'll take if it's not late, like probably like 4th round. Or a 3rd round pick. I'm not using one of my first 4 2-round picks. We got an extra 2nd, extra 1st. Now looking at a couple other guys here with great defense, have good potential ranges for good overalls, like Todd Darth here. 60th on the MLB board, 54th on our board. I kind of like what the defense was talking about there a little bit. And the hitting was just enough, so we'll go ahead and scout him 45%, as we only got 3 more scouting weeks left. We come back here against the Reds where we end up, looks like, losing there. So we end up winning the last game against Tampa Bay, going on a 5-game winning streak, sweeping the Cubs, this time with a 12-3 victory being sprinkled in there. 3-0 shutout against the Reds to take the end of that 5-game winning streak. You just hear offense carrying the way. Home runs from Cortez, Alonso, and Johnson. Alonso getting 3 RBIs, Cortez getting 4 more. Jarrett Jones, 6 innings, 3 earned. Great start from him. And then Jordan Hicks coming and finishing that up. But winning streaks got to come to an end. So we lose the last 2 there against the Reds. A chance to go ahead and split the series again right after we go check this scouting out at 50%. Looks Looks like he's probably coming around the 60 range. Could be an A, but probably most likely going to be like a B potential. Defense is still there, and he's actually moving up the draft board. So I'll say let's give him one more week. See if he could be somebody that we could potentially target. Now, we also want to look at getting back into these games here. As we have only 3 more, so we're at the end of June. And then we can actually kind of really get through the actually end of this week here. So we go ahead and looks like we lose that last game. So we get swept by the Reds, beat Toronto 11-2, and then lose 2-3. So lose the whole series in general, or win the whole series in general, as we ended up winning there on the first day of July. And then we got a series here against Minnesota. So we'll go ahead and we'll kind of squeeze our way through that one here in the next upcoming videos, man, as we have just enough time to go to get through that, get through the draft All-Star weekend, clear our way through July and probably partial of August. In the next episode, trying to move through the season pretty fast. You might even speed up the pace a little bit more. Let me know what you guys are thinking of pacing. Does it feel quick? Does it feel rushed? Does it feel just right? Does it feel too slow still? You think we should pick it up even farther? Because like I said, this team is ready. There's not too many additions we're going to be doing. I don't think I will make any additions at the trade deadline because I can't honestly see where we're struggling that I would want to get upgraded at least right now. Like, I feel like the team's going to start hitting their stride soon. I feel like we can make a push for that wild card. And I feel like even the division's not able to reach it. We're 10.5 back, so don't get me wrong. I'm not delusional. I do feel like we can make a push. You see, the Cardinals just went on a 4-6 slide. I mean, all it takes is us going on one good streak. We can easily work our way back up. So if you guys are ready to see more of the series, please hit the video with a like, comment, subscribe on your way out. That means the absolute world to me to see you guys showing support to this series. And I'll make sure to get in that comment section and get active with you guys too. So please comment, interact with the videos with your boys. So I'll catch you guys in the next one by SGG, aka the King of Games, aka SmooveGotGame. I'll catch you guys in the next Pirates video. I'm going for the day. Later.